Example number 7, we want to identify the end behavior of and degree of a polynomial function. Given the function f of x is equal to negative 3x squared times x minus 1 times x plus 4, we want to express the function as a polynomial in general form and then determine the leading term, the degree, and the end behavior of the function. Now, first, we want to obtain the general form by expanding the given expression for f of x. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and FOIL x minus 1 times x plus 4. So we multiply that out to get x squared plus 3x minus 4, and then we're going to distribute the negative 3x squared to all three of those terms. We multiply negative 3x times x squared, that gives us negative 3x to the fourth. Negative 3x squared times plus 3x is negative 9x cubed. Negative 3x squared times negative 4 is positive 12x squared. So now we can say that the general form is negative 3x to the fourth minus 9x cubed plus 12x squared. We can see that the leading term is negative 3x to the fourth. Okay, the degree is then the power of that term. So the degree is 4. And now we need to figure out what is the end behavior. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, first of all, the coefficient, which we see is negative, which means negative 3 is less than 0, and the degree is even. Okay, so let's go back to that chart because you want to reference that on your notes. Okay, here the leading coefficient is positive and we have an even degree. So it's rising on the left and rising on the right. Now the next scenario is when the leading coefficient is negative and we have an even exponent. It's falling on the left and falling on the right. So in our scenario, the end behavior would then be the following: falling on the left and then falling on the right, which means that as x approaches negative infinity on the graph, then the function is going towards negative infinity. And as x approaches positive infinity, then f of x is approaching negative infinity. And again, if we just drew this on a graph, we don't know exactly what the graph looks like. But we know the end behavior because what it's saying here is that as x is approaching negative infinity, then the function is also approaching negative infinity. And as x is approaching positive infinity, then we know the function on the right side is also approaching negative infinity. And then let's go ahead and do that. Let's put that graph in. So we have negative 3x to the fourth minus 9x cubed plus 12x squared. So minus 9x cubed plus 12x squared. So if we look at this graph, okay, you can see that it stops here. And what's happening is that it's going down on the left and going down on the right, and it never ends. It keeps going without bound. So it keeps going and going and going. So it's falling on the left and then falling on the right.